Hey everybody, welcome back to the Working Man's Whiskey. I'm Bobby. Been a little while, guys. Went to Virginia City almost a couple weeks ago now. Meant to do a review while I was there, but got kind of caught up in a good time. Met some new friends there. Shot a lot of pool. Drank more beer than I drank whiskey, to be honest with you, while I was there. But it was a good time, and I did get to try a couple new whiskeys I hadn't had before. One was called the Depot. I believe it was from somewhere in Reno. So I'll keep my eyes open for that one, guys. It was very good. I haven't seen it for sale anywhere nearby here, but very good whiskey. There was also another one. I don't know if it was called Wagon Wheel or something like that, and it was a rye whiskey, and that was also really good. So anyway, guys, it was a good time, but sorry I didn't get a review in while I was there. I've been looking forward to getting a new one in though. So here we are. Wanted to do a Scotch today, guys. Haven't been doing too many different kinds of Scotch. Try to get them in when I can. This one here, guys, probably one that most Scotch drinkers are familiar with. Macallan 12. And this is your basic entry, Macallan. I've actually never had this before, guys. To be honest with you, it's I'm more of a bourbon guy. I do try to drink some Scotch, but if anybody, any of you Scotch drinkers out there have any input, please let me know. I'd love to try some more Scotch. But this one here, Macallan, I hear lots of good stuff about it. It's typically costs more than what we usually review on here. For a full-size bottle of Macallan, I usually see them about 60, 70 bucks. Bevmo in town actually has, or in Santa Rosa, actually has it on sale right now for $49.99. Check that out. And found out that it was on sale. So if I like it, who knows? I may take a ride down there and try a bigger sample size. So this one here, guys, I always recommend small bottles. If whether money's short, whether space is limited, or maybe you just haven't tried something before and want to try it out before you commit to a full size bottle. I always recommend getting the small ones if that's what you guys want to do. Try something out before you go big and spend all that money. So this one here, guys, this little tiny box, I got this for $6.99, and it's looks like it's going to be just big enough for us to take a taste today. You guys know I like to pour a nice little sample size for my reviews, so we'll do that again today. What good's just a little bit left in a little bottle, so we'll just use up the whole thing. A little bit about Macallan, guys. Don't have a whole lot of information on it. Should have done more research, but I know they've been around since 1824, and they are one of the top. I believe they're the top 2 or top 3 brands of Scotch whiskey in the world, single malt Scotch whiskey. And it's a Highland. It's actually, I believe I read that it's a Speyside, but all the different regions of Scotland, your different regions, different kinds of Scotch, and Speyside's actually part of the Highlands. So it's a Speyside, I believe, and it says the Macallan Highland single malt Scotch whiskey, 12 years old. Exclusively matured in selected sherry oak cask from Spain. So, and it's 43% alcohol by volume, so 86 proof. And let's open her up and see what we have. Okay. That's cool, a little tiny cork there, guys. All right, that'll do. Maybe even a little less than what we usually have on here. So, all right. So, as I said, it's aged in 12 years in sherry oak cask. So be interesting to see if we get a little bit of that sherry sweetness in there, that little richness in there. So we look at the color, and it's got some good color, good thickness to it, guys. It's like it sticks pretty well to the glass there. Give it a nose. And on the nose, I like this nose a lot. You know, with I don't know a whole lot about Scotch yet, guys. I'm still learning. Don't know nearly as much about Scotch as I do bourbon. But I do know that you get different notes from different regions tend to lend different notes to the Scotch, and it's a Highland, so it's not going to be really smoky, say like an Isla or something, but you do get more fruity notes. Definitely some dried fruit in there. Maybe raisins. You definitely get that sherry scent in there. That rich sherry sweetness. Definitely a good hit of oak on the nose as well. I like good oaky Scotch, guys. I really like Scotch, guys. I'm not against Scotch at all. I just don't know that much about it yet. Get a bad time from my brother-in-law every now and then. He's a big Scotch guy, and every once in a while he'll turn his nose up at a bourbon a little bit. And I'm not one of those people that puts one above the other, but my taste has always been bourbon. I just haven't had enough Scotch, and hope you guys have some good recommendations out there, because I look forward to trying more out. So let's give it a taste, guys. Like I said, on the nose, I get a lot of that oak, definitely the dried fruits, raisins, maybe dates. Definitely that sherry nose there, that sweetness, richness. So let's give it a taste. And on the palate, whew, that's good. It's got a little heat to it, not a whole lot. It's only 86 proof, but it's got some spice. It's got some spice there on the on the back of the tongue. It's funny. It definitely has some of the same notes that we got on the nose. Some oak. Definitely get that sherry note in there. Definitely. But I do get just a little bit of like a smokiness in the background. Not necessarily not a really peaty, obviously, type note. But there's a little bit of some smoke or char in the back of the mouth there, guys. Let's take another sip. Yeah, that's a really, really interesting taste, but I really like it, guys. Really like this. But again, you get more of that oak, definitely some spice. The dried fruit, the raisins. I get some like plum in there too. Just darker type fruits. There's some stuff going on though that I'm sure as I drink more Scotch, I'll be able to decipher a little bit better. But there's just a lot going on with this. I've read that it's kind of a beginner's Scotch, kind of like the Glenlivet 12 or a few others. And that's fine. I guess I'm more of a beginner when it comes to drinking Scotch. So, I like the the Islas a lot, guys. I like Lefroy, the 10. You know, it's good peaty Scotch. That tends to be where I think that's kind of tends to be where I like to be when it comes to Scotch most of the time. Something nice and smoky. But this one here is really, really good. Definitely lends to more of a sweeter. There's more of a maybe like a butterscotchy type thing. Just a sweeter profile, more fruitiness, dried fruits in there, maybe a little bit of honey as well. But there's just a lot going on here, and I really like this. I would definitely get it again. I don't know if I'd spend 60, 70 bucks a bottle for a full-size bottle of this, but if I was feeling like some Macallan, you know, something, now that I know, you know, what I'm working with here, I would definitely get it either on sale, say for the high 40 range. Again, I probably wouldn't spend 60 or 70 bucks on it. Don't spend that much on most whiskey I drink unless it's a special occasion. But shoot, this was $7, guys, to try this out. So yeah, I wouldn't mind doing this again at all. So if you guys have the opportunity, see it at a bar, give it a shot, see if you like it, see if it's, you know, up your alley. Me, I like this a lot, and I would drink this again, as I said, without spending a fortune on it. So for a rating, I'd give this an 86 out of 100. I think 86 is about right. You know, it's not quite high 80s for me, but it's really good. Yeah, I like this better than some of the other Scotch whiskey I've had in the past. And it's really good, guys. I'd like to try some of the other age statements. I know Macallan, like a lot of other you know, big Scotch companies, they have several different you know, age statements and different things they do with you know, the aging processes with different whiskeys and all that. So I'd like to try out more of their stuff, and I encourage you to do the same. Please give me recommendations, guys. I'd love to get into the world of Scotch a little bit more, and it's almost overwhelming when I go into the store and look at all this Scotch, and it's like I say a few things that I'm familiar with, and you know, if I don't know something that well, I tend to stick with what I'm familiar with. So please open my eyes a little bit. Let me know what I should be looking for. And I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Hope you're all doing well. And not sure when I'll get back on here, guys. Probably before too long. I don't have anything lined up at the moment, but I'll definitely be in touch and talk to you guys soon. Until next time, cheers.